Michelle.
Hi, Miriam.
So usually we walk through the site during our lunch hour, but there's so much exciting stuff going on that I thought we'd take a walk through and see all the action. There's cranes and there's plastering going on, and you can actually see the workers doing the activities.
Great, let's go. How exciting.
You can see up on the third floor there.
Yeah.
We created that third floor to house all of the mechanicals. They used to be spread out everywhere.
Okay.
But there was space up there.
Yeah.
And it made more sense to consolidate it. So what you can see is, I'm gonna walk over there. They're hoisting the air handler units.
Okay, what's the air handler unit?
It's these essentially big machines that take in and then distribute the air to all of the different rooms according to a schedule that we set. So it's this temperature and this amount of volume. It just literally handles the flow of the air.
Okay.
And they're huge units. We usually have them sitting on top of a structure like that. So you can see the wooden box up there.
Yeah.
That's one piece of the air handlers that are going up there. We already craned that up there, and we can go look at the crane that we're using to actually lift the other pieces of equipment up there.
Why do you need such a long crane? Can that be like extended?
So cranes are calculated in a multitude of ways. Reach, but also weight, counterbalance, lifting with the back of the crane.
Yeah.
So literally every crane that comes to site is essentially designed for the task that it has to do. When you get to high rises, what they do is they actually have tower cranes. So they have scaffolding that runs up the entire outside of the building, and the crane connects to the scaffolding and then runs up the scaffolding.
Oh, like a lift.
Yeah, exactly. It does take a long time. And not only that, though, it's so heavy that they're going to want to set it directly on the pad that it's meant for. So when they get close, you'll see them really trying to position it properly so that they don't have to pick it up again and move it again.
Do you think the future of building might be where they use drones? But I guess the drones would have to be so
They would have to be really strong.
Yeah.
Clearly, like, that could be a really interesting use. I've seen stuff set by helicopter.
Have you noticed AI or technology affecting the way that building site is done or a project is done over the past few years?
I could tell you that from a design perspective, it has really changed how we make decisions. So for example, if you look at the ceiling in here, we were trying to decide how to actually finish off the space between that steel structure. Standing here, you can picture what we're talking about, but when you go into the design room or in front of your computer, it's very hard to imagine. And so we use computer-generated graphics to model what happens if we use this material, don't use material, use this other material. When it comes to the details of the building, a lot of times we need these computer-generated images to help us imagine what the right solution is.
You have to be strong to work in construction.
I think you have to be quite fit, but I don't think you necessarily have to be strong. I would say that a lot of the specialty work that's going to happen over the summer while everyone's gone requires a lot of skill and dexterity, but doesn't necessarily require strength.
I guess to have a special sign language.
I think it's pretty basic, probably left, right, down.
Oh.
The hook hit the crossbar. It's fine, it's okay. But they're trying to position it exactly on the concrete pad right now. And you can see maybe there's a half a meter to go as they lower it.
Thanks for watching this epic video today. This will be the last one before we take a break for the summer, but you will still be getting bi-monthly updates once every 2 weeks of what's happening in the build. So check out the social media posts and there'll be links to the videos there. And I will see you in about 8 weeks' time where we can take a tour of exactly what's been happening, and hopefully we'll get to go inside. Okay, thank you. Have a lovely summer. Bye.